Hello everybody, Good Review Surplus here, and today we're going to do the collection recap of 2022. My collection definitely grew a lot this year, but anyway, let's get into it. So let's start off by taking a look at the World War I records. I won't be playing them in this video, although in their own video, I did play them if you want to go listen to them. Here we have my 78 copy of Till We Meet Again, with The Rose of No Man's Land on the B-side of it. My favorite record I bought this year was definitely It's a Long, Long Way to Tipperary, as it's one of the most iconic World War I songs, and this one's original from 1906. It also has Old Comrades March on B-side. Another one of my favorite records, When Johnny Comes Marching Home, with On the Old Assembly Line on the B-side. So both of these are the exact same record. I thought one got lost in the mail, so I ordered another one, and I ended up getting two this year, because the other one ended up coming in a week late. So on the A side, we have Dreaming of Home Sweet Home, and on the B side, we have The Rose of No Man's Land. But that's all the records that we got this year. And now we'll move on to the two guns I bought this year. Starting off with the first gun I got this year, this is the Winchester 1897, otherwise known as the World War I trench gun. This one's the hunting model because it does not have a cut-down barrel and a barrel shroud with bayonet mount. It has a corncob grip, and the wood and metal finish is in beautiful shape for its age. This one was made in 1909 as well. Next up is my Type 99 Arasaka. The wood stock's in very good shape. Most of the ones you see nowadays will be a little bit more rough for their age, although most of them are in pretty good shape when you find them. There's the markings right there, and it has a cleaning rod up there. But that is the Type 99 that I bought this year. Now we'll move on to all the World War I stuff I bought this year. Starting off is this complete World War I U.S. uniform. It has the original helmet with the original webbing system. The pants are hanging up under the coat, as that's the way I usually display this uniform, but overall it's in really good shape with very little moth holes in the jacket itself. Next up is this World War I/World War II ammo collection. It has some World War I ammo, although most of it is World War II. For the World War I gas masks I bought this year, I bought the Type CE, the other Type CE you see sitting right next to it, the British SBR, and the French M2. The only one I did not buy this year was my GM17, which I bought back in 2020. Up on this shelf, you can see all my World War I bottles, along with my trench art, the two World War II putties that go with that uniform. You can see some World War I machine gun ammunition in the back there, next to all the World War I photos. There are two World War I US photos and one World War I Russian photo, a British bayonet, French binoculars, and a US canteen. Most of this World War I stuff I actually ended up buying this year, as that's when I really decided to expand on my World War I collection. Now we'll take a look at all my World War II US stuff. Starting off with the reproduction posters I have hanging on the back of the wall, just adds a little bit more character to the World War II US display, and they just take up space on the wall so the wall doesn't look too plain. Next up is my World War II US uniform. It is a winter setup with the winter pants hanging inside the jacket just like my World War I US uniform. As you can see, it has an original webbing system on it, and it has an M1 helmet shell hanging on top. And now we'll get around to what's on the cot. It's a little hard to show, but all this stuff does sit on top of a World War II US cot. You can kind of see a little bit of it right there. But let's start with this part of the cot first. So right here we have my drill instructor's hat. We have my two US sewing kits from World War II. We have my three tobacco tins, two being from Lucky Strike, one being from Velvet. Up here we have some World War II US currency, a sewing book, and just a bunch of random bottles that I bought. I also have a World War II laundry bag back there. I have a World War II US bag sitting right there, along with another radio parts box right beside the other one. This one has two French books on them, one being a French dictionary and one being a French grammar book, both used by a US GI during World War II. One of these is actually dated 1916, I do believe. I think it's that one. Anyway, we have a Kodak camera from the 40s, some US matches, some currency, two clippings out of I think it was a magazine I got those out of, and two more Lucky Strike tins. In front of that, we have my World War II US gas mask. This one actually still has its original tag on it, and it's also sitting on an 82nd Airborne Division pillow that was from World War II as well. And when I had bought this, someone had already taken all the stuffing out of it, which I wish they hadn't, but, you know, it is what it is. We have two US canteens right here, one with a cover. This one with the cover does not have a cup inside of it, but this one does, although it has no cover. And probably my favorite item out of my World War II US collection is definitely these uniforms right here. These all belong to the same soldier who also fought during World War I. Dress greens are really hard to get into your collection, or at least from my experience, as most people want to keep them after the soldier passes away, which makes this a very special piece of my collection. Behind all that, we also do have another very special part of my collection, as these are also really hard to come by, a U.S. burial flag. We also have some more propaganda posters. My favorite one is definitely Designed for Living, as I have the gas mask that goes with that poster, and I've always liked that design particularly. Right here, we have my Royal Quiet Deluxe typewriter. It has the fundamentals of typewriting back here, a self-teaching course. This was used by the U.S. Army. I think you can kind of see it down there. This would have been used to teach soldiers how to type on a typewriter, such as how we would learn how to type on a keyboard nowadays. And here's the Royal Quiet Deluxe typewriter. And we have a cigarette ad from 1937 for Chesterfield cigarettes. In front of the typewriter, I have my U.S. Pacific Theater knife along with a U.S. putty. And at the very, very end of the cot, we have a U.S. Army duffel bag from World War II. And that covers all my World War II U.S. stuff. Next is my World War II Japanese stuff. I have some World War II Japanese currency, a Japanese helmet, and Japanese binoculars. I also have a 1900s accordion down at the bottom of my World War II German shelf. But now we'll look at all my World War II German stuff that I got. Starting off with all my DAK stuff, you can see the Luftwaffe private's uniform up there, all the African Corps photos I bought this year, both packs of dust goggles, one being on my pith helmet right here. This is actually my profile picture, and it is a very special piece of my collection just because of that. Beside that are 2 Lego sets that my dad bought me. These are kind of just like the posters, they add character to the scene. A World War I Austrian bayonet that was used by the African Corps after World War I. The shorts that go with the tunic. And I almost forgot to mention the canteen in the back. Next is all the Luftwaffe stuff. So first off, we have my single decal M42 Stahlhelm right here. We also have a NCO's visor cap sitting right next to it, along with an officer/NCO belt. Either or would have used this. Here's my second model Luftwaffe dagger. I do hope to get a first model this year as well. Next, we have my 2 World War II Luftwaffe photos. They are doing ceremonial services. They also don't have cockades on their hats or collar tabs, so that is very interesting on both of these photos. Right here we have my World War II German gas mask. It's in its canister right now. I decided to take it off the head as I didn't want to damage it, as I've seen reports of people damaging their gas masks by putting them on foam heads. I eventually hope to get my helmets off of foam heads and onto actual mannequin heads, although that'll be later down this year. And we have some World War II suspenders right here. And here's all my Army/SS stuff. Starting off with my double decal M35 helmet. As you can see, it's in pretty good shape. It's also camoed, so that's really cool. Here I have my World War II Kar 98 bayonet. As you can see, the leather's in really rough shape, although it is a vet bringback, which makes it very cool and a very special part of my collection. And the most recent item are these World War I ammo pouches with World War II German ammunition inside of them. Here we have a World War II banknote with some field currency right there. The field currency is the one with the eagle on it, and the banknote is the one below it. And under the Kar 98 bayonet, we have my German field letter. Here I have my World War II HJ armband. It has some World War II German currency on it, along with 2 random coins from Germany at the time, along with some other oddballs, like another coin that's just in a fancier looking case, and some other currency from Italy and Africa. Back there we have my SS belt, along with my P-Dot camo SS hat, and the SS sniper hat with the camo hat to go with it. And next to the HJ armband, we have my sports shirt insignia. These would have been worn on regular t-shirts and or tank tops. Right here are some World War II German stamps, an Iron Cross and a Merit Cross with the ribbon, an SA tie clip, and a German workers book. And right next to that, I have a Luger shell casing and a Luger bullet. But I will see you in January or sometime next year, I guess. I'd also like to say thanks to MS Gas Mask Collector, History Dude, and the History Man, or my best friend Alex. All these people have helped me out a lot this year. I've collabed with them, or they've helped me buy stuff. So I'll leave them on the screen. You can go check them out. Some of them are on TikTok only, but I hope they'll join YouTube and start making videos next year. But with all that said, I'll see you all next year, and happy collecting.